Hello, I'm Jerry K. Horcrims. And these are all the same people who were here before. All right, so table talk. Any questions or concerns?
God damn it, Jerry. It's
Jerry.
just very good.
I'm so glad you think so. I
Damn.
consider this. You're all really good at what you do, and so I feel like when I try to do my thing here, like I need to execute at your level, basically. And I just have a really fun time with this. It's going to be hard, frankly. Not, I don't. I like it enough to want to do it again.
Yes,
Like
please.
Yeah,
I don't want to do shit ever.
agree.
And hard agree, but I don't. I feel like we're doing something really crazy inside, like with the personality archetypes. There's some really cool interactions, and it's like I always have a chance to like watch the group play just because of the type of D&D that we run too. But with this, there's so much pleasure in I get more of an opportunity to lean away from it, basically. And I really like it. I'm a big fan.
There's a lot going on with this that make it really cool. And like the system is awesome. It's really neat.
Easy.
You had made a comment at one point like this maybe is what C team should have been at the start, which I can see. But the reason I like this so much is because part of the fun here also is like we're reinventing what's established. So
yes,
in some cases,
that's a blast.
we get to take like things we've established in the other game and reimagine them or change them dramatically. But then there's an understanding and expectation what it should be, and we get to bend it. So there's like weird callbacks we get to do if we want, and then also do new stuff. And it's a fun system. And the 80s Stranger Things, like it all just.
It's very fun. It's just
very, very good.
I think that it's no part of this particular mechanism or system or group we all lift it up together. It's like that PE parachute game. I feel like we're all just sort of going ha, 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 like we got the balls on top. It's like woo hoo 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 hoo, and that's more or less like the way that it works. Oh no. Go ahead.
I was going to say I don't think that we could have done it without the years of C Team. You know, I don't think that doing something collaborative where we're all kind of sharing
that might be
narrative too and painting the pictures together. There's a certain amount of trust that you have to have. I don't know that this would be a super great game to play with a bunch of strangers necessarily. Like I don't want to play it with people who you can trust and who will like yes and get it.
I also don't want to feel the anxiety of like school time without like the reassurance of knowing that everyone here has my back, because like as we discussed in the previous table talk, this is some raw subject matter. I would not want to get into this necessarily with like,
oh no,
randos.
No, it's like imagine it. It's like because we have like a very high level of trust with each other, we can pull something like this off. But there's rules like lines and veils and cards. Like there's a lot of structures that people have sort of appended onto existing role-playing games to make sure that people feel okay, engaging with some of this type of content, right? I mean, I understand, especially with some of the stuff that we get into here, like I understand why those systems I understand why they're necessary, for sure, because, we're dredging up some stuff. Now, I should establish that I have received a secret missive from Melissa Grant, which I will now read to you. Once again, thank you to Elderwood Academy and Level Up Dice for helping to make this possible. To celebrate their amazing products, we're giving away prizes to those of you in chat. That's you. That's the Shadow Council. If you haven't already seen, also check out the exquisite C Team ornament and dice set made by Level Up Dice on our store now. Go get it. You're gonna love it. It's gonna provide a life of service to you. But yeah. So do we wanna get into anything from the game? Do we want to just plan our next game, or
let's just play the next game?
Go for it. We're warmed up.
Who am I? Who do I get to hold hands with in Shadow Realm?
Yeah, really. When do we get to hold hands with people, Jerry?
I can crank it. I mean, I can crank the teen romance aspect of this for days. I want to make a special call out to I think that Ryan's memory was really cool.
Yeah.
Like it had a really tasty literary. It had a very tasty literary feel to it, and because I can completely see that in that movie, right? Yeah. I can see you're putting stuff in. You turn around, you go do something, it's gone again. Like
it reminded me of there's a scene from Bridge to Terabithia, like near the end.
I haven't seen the movie. I can't handle that shit.
Oh no, I haven't seen the movie either. But it's a book that I've read a million times and it makes me cry all the time. But like the protagonist goes away and something really terrible befalls a friend of his while he's not there, and so it's this point of major regret. But it also tied really well. I thought, Ryan, you did a great job of making that feel like Dinar's story. Like Dinar runs away, and then something bad happens to Cathra, and then he comes back, and stuff's all messed up. So I thought it was just a really good analog.
I came up with that on the fly because I thought, if we're going to be passing compliments around, I thought yours was awesome. And I thought the way it tied with Danny was so great. Horrible. I hadn't even considered coming at it from that angle. And then once you said that, I was like, I started spinning my wheels and going in a totally different direction. So I pulled it out of my ass after hearing yours because yours was so good.
Thanks. Yeah, I wanted to. I love whenever Jerry gives us an opportunity to do this stuff. I will always try to work my bullshit into one of the rest of you. Like I don't know. That's just how I like stories. I like interconnected dramas that slowly unfurl themselves. I like the idea that a year ago I was already fucking with Danny before we ever met on this adventure.
Right.
I like that. I like that kind of like moving in circles and finding each other in these ways.
That is one of the best parts about this system too, is high school. I love, high school is such a good setting for drama. I mean, honestly, and like high school or prison or anywhere where you're stuck in a location with other people.
High school, prison.
Because it's like in the real world, I'm an adult, and if I'm around someone I don't like, I will go away from them, and there's nothing keeping me there. But it's like in these environments, you're stuck, and you have like interpersonal conflict thrust upon you that you cannot avoid. Like that always makes those settings that much better.
And better on the other side of the coin, I think, not just from a drama standpoint, because as an adult, I always thought about how difficult it is to make friends outside of a structure. And so it's like after school and after college, and then I was working and I didn't really know anybody there that I cared to be friends with, but that was the group that I was stuck with. I was like, well, that's it. I didn't hang on to any of the ones I had. There's nowhere to build this. No one will tell me where to be when. How do you do it?
Yeah, there's the prison school comparison. It just works. Brick, of course, if you haven't seen Brick by Ryan Johnson, it's just exquisite. It turns out that the noir archetypes work flawlessly inside of a high school. But there's a great track from MC Paul Barman. The intro for Hallelujah says, "What will we do when we have our own kids? Give them 12-year bids just after the bars come off the cribs. Work within the system, make them listen to the darkest lecture in the architecture of a prison." It's just real stark shit.
Good.
Hey, Tris, you said something real interesting in chat that I think that you should share with the whole class.
We can't be done with this because you didn't do prom.
Well, yeah. Well, don't worry. I mean, we might be able to get out a Sadie Hawkins sort of situation here.
God, what a nightmare.
Oh man, it's hard stuff.
What is Sadie Hawkins?
Oh, do they not have that out east?
Well,
we had it.
I went to a this is the joke coming from me, but I went to an all-girl school.
So every dance is Sadie Hawkins.
Not quite, losers.
Sadie Hawkins is, I don't know are you joking? Do you not know what Sadie Hawkins is?
No, what the hell is Sadie Hawkins? Who's that?
It's where the girls ask the guys to dance. Yeah.
Oh.
But the girls ask. That's what's so special. It's a little bit antiquated. I assume they don't do it anymore because it's actually pretty sexy.
Yeah. That's my guess as well, is that it's simply just sort of fallen out and then you just have dances, right?
So if there's regular dance and the boys ask the girls, so it's so one regular dance boys ask. So Brittany and Danny just could not participate. No one is
dancing.
asking anyone.
You get
There's
to
no
dance.
dance.
No dancing.
Now,
No.
Sadie Hawkins, they both ask each other. Okay.
Exactly.
Double
But then does
dancing.
it cancel each? Does it
Does,
cancel
and
out?
then they can't go because it's
And then they
canceled
can't
out.
go because they both ask, and it's just too desperate. and
It
it's
short
sad.
circuits.
Yeah.
It short circuits the dance. No, you'll have to content yourself with dancing in the whorls of time itself.
Yeah, what's
That's
wrong
gonna
with that? Time
Time
prom.
dance.
Yeah, exactly. Time prom, dude. But it's like the whole thing is an acronym. Time prom.
For like a time, and it's an acronym for a dance troupe of time travelers.
Oh my God! Wait. Yes, y'all can do Sadie Hawkins and prom or whatever, and all the teenage gays ask each other to the midnight showing of Rocky Horror, and just skip the whole thing.
Oh,
It's so true.
It's the
We had
only
gay-
place we can be free.
We had I don't think it's particularly woke now. This was like 2001, but we did have a gay prom. Like we at my high school, it was like special prom during the summer where all the queer kids dressed up however they wanted and had a super gay prom. So that was pretty fun.
I mean, wow. Okay. So I love it. And also the idea of being like, when will no one notice that this is happening?
I know.
Summer. There you go.
I know. It was a challenge, but I mean,
I love it.
it was nice. I think because this was North Carolina, right? Like having gay kids at the prom probably would have been
That's
fine at
true.
my high school, but not at a lot of places. So having a prom where like you can just be with your partner of choice and nobody's going to judge you and everybody's going to celebrate you. That was
wanna
a
dance with
necessary
somebody.
place.
somebody who
wanna-
loves you.
Hate with somebody.
Well, let's just go down there. Yeah, right. I mean,
Yeah.
No, it's good. Now, does anybody have any additional comments before we dematerialize?
We're done? No.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
all of you and I need you
I
in my
don't
life.
know.
And
This
I know the
was
day
so
is waning,
nice.
but please no.
We might
don't
have to spin up something again.
I think that's probably true.
you know,
I think you have to do it. Though.
Right.
You'll
yeah,
have
it's
to.
just the but I mean the difference, right? Is it's just like because we made this up to do with each other in this new context, and it doesn't have any of the other expectations. Like I'm used to, I have a really important like relationship with everyone here that's based on a specific like all being together and looking at each other. But we invented something that we can do this way. And it feels good.
It does.
Actually feels good.
It feels good.
So that's I would be surprised if it. I'd be surprised if it never happened again.
I've gave Ryan a compliment, so I want to give everybody else a compliment before we go.
Yeah, even it out.
Christopher, you are the funniest and most authentic teen in this show. Like you are clearly working some stuff out, but it's just so funny and refreshing. Like the biting into a fresh fruit. Thank you so much for that.
It's taut. You're taut. You're juicy.
Called your fruit.
You're taut and juicy. Yeah, and you're fruity. Tristan, your acting abilities and role-playing abilities are unparalleled. No one inhabits a character like you can. And this isn't just Walnut / Danny. I've seen you role-play lots of other characters. And you're so good at it. And Jerry, you rock at building a world with incredible detail and having these incredibly lifelike NPCs that give us permission to be dorky and be robust and to be emotional and to I don't know, like to have what feels like real conversations with people. And you do it over and over and over again.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much. Well, when it comes to like manifesting a parent's energy, I have some experience, perhaps.
Also, the shadow chancellor, Alyssa, thank you for organizing this over many time zones and many distances. And for Josh,
the silent Josh
for recording us, making us look tight and
just
right.
So right.
Yeah.
It just feels right, don't it?
What is it like to look at us?
Right? Yeah, good.
He stopped recording 40 minutes ago.
He hasn't been here for a while. This is not even part of the show. Well, anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure. Shadow Council, may our labors please you. We hope to have the opportunity to please you yet again in the near future. Thanks so much for rolling with the punches. Our fantasy, of course, is that we can finish the C-Team story when we can really be together. That's something I really want to hold to if possible. But I think that there's really cool things that we can do for you in the meantime, too. So until next time.